Well, everybody, today is a very exciting day. We are doing decorating my apartment for Halloween! I think I just entered Super Saiyan mode just then. We are decorating my apartment for Halloween and I am so excited about it. This video is a little bit of a sneaky peeky into an eventual apartment tour. Don't worry, it is coming. I'm just doing little tweaks here and there to the apartment. I want it to look as nice as it can be. I think it's never going to be perfect, but I do have I do have some things I do want to put in my apartment, so not quite there yet, but I am pumped, I am ready. I got this really cool Salem shirt on, and I got some spooky pajama pants on, so let's get started with decorating. We're going to start out by the front door, since that'll be the first thing you see when you enter. Right here, I'm going to hang up my Target wreath I got a few years ago. Then, to wipe your feet when you come in, I'm going to be putting down this Boo Joanne's doormat I got this year. And that's really all the decorating that's going to be by the front door. I'm going to show you a couple other things real fast, but I think it's just enough festive cheer when you exit the door to go on your way to work or wherever we're going. Then behind the door is this really cool The Moon, like paper mache looking picture that my boyfriend's mom got for me from Fred Meyer. And then here's like a whole panel through the front door area, and then here is where I ended up putting my Bath and Body Works bat pedestal. On top of the bat pedestal is just a candle I got from Target last year during Halloween time, and I'm moving to my patio, since another outdoor area I guess. Going to be sweeping up all the leaves. It was so windy the couple days before this, so just making sure everything's all clean and tidy, making sure my cat is happy. He is still loving that egg chair that I got. So the first business outside is putting up these purple lights I got from Target. I'm going to wrap them around this old Salem thing I got from Home Goods this year. I thought I needed a little something, so I decided to add these purple lights around it. And I'm just trying to like evenly space them apart so it's almost like a candy cane, I guess, effect to it. So here's what that looks like. And then more lights for the patio. I'm going to be hanging up these ghost lights that I found from Target this year. And this one was a little tricky to figure out where to hang, because I thought this would have a little bit of a length for the first light, but as you can see, the first light is like a foot away from where the plug-in is. So I decided to actually plug it in to the purple lights that I got from Target, and it actually worked out okay, so that way you could actually see the full length of lights. And then I thought hammering a nail would work on this siding, but it does not, and as you can see, it fell so dramatically. Okay, so I'm actually using command strips to hang up the lights now that I figured out that hammering a nail isn't going to work into the side. So I bought these command strips a while ago, and like the ones with the metal hooks, these work really good for these lights, so highly recommend if you're trying to figure out, like me, how to hang up some lights on your patio. After a bit of fiddling, I feel pretty confident that it's secure up there. So here is the whole lighting shebang. I really like how it looks, but I wish I could figure out how to hang up more of my lighting outside, but you do what you can, you know? Then moving on from these hanging lights, I decided to try and hang up another light that I have. I got this one from Target this year, but I didn't really like how far out it hung. It kind of banged against this whatever hammock chair that we had. Who can say where the road... Okay, moving on. Now I'm just cleaning this table with some good IPA, because there's a bit of pollen all over it, so I don't want that in my life. Now I'm putting down this jack-o'-lantern pumpkin, and that skeleton light I decided to put here instead because it can set on itself, which I think is pretty neat. I think this little skeleton guy adds the perfect amount of lighting on this table. I love it. And then I'm also going to add a little tea light into the jack-o'-lantern here, so that way we have a little bit more extra light and it feels more balanced on the table. So with the lantern and the jack-o'-lantern, I ended up finding this really adorable pumpkin. I think earlier you'll see a candle, but I like this setup better, so this is what I ended up using. Next, we're going to try and figure out this ugly things. We're gonna use this black super stretch spiderweb stuff I got from Spirit Halloween, and this stuff was weird because normally it's like pretty easy to stretch the spiderweb stuff, but this was giving me a hell of a lot of trouble. It does eventually work, but it definitely feels different than like the normal spider web stuff that you get at like the Dollar Tree. I don't really know why. It felt like more oily. But here is the final patio and how it turned out. I think it looked so cute and very, very festive. I can't wait to add some pumpkins though whenever we go and get some pumpkins to do some pumpkin carving. That'll just really add the chef's kiss final touch to the outside. Here is what the patio looks like at night. It just has such a different vibe and I'm digging it. Heading back inside, we're going to start with the bathroom. So first off, replacing the hand towel with this witch one I got this year at Home Goods. Then to put your feet on when you're washing your hands, I bought this pumpkin bath rug that I got from Kohl's this year. That's all I'm really doing to the bathroom this year. I think it's just a smidgen of Halloween goodness in the bathroom. As you can see, there are some items that some would consider to be Halloween items, but I leave out in my bathroom all year round. In case you're wondering where the other bat pedestal from my Bath & Body Works haul went, it's in this bathroom of mine. Before we go and decorate the kitchen, I thought I would just add some more pizzazz to this wall, so I ended up hanging my dream catcher I made 3 or 4 years ago. Then hanging next to it is this tattoo art print from the tattoo artist Angelo Parente. Is that how you say his name? To the kitchen for some snacks! Just kidding, to do chores. You know, the fun things in life. So I have this spoon rest I got from Joann's. I'm just going to stick it on top of my stovetop for a little something something there. Then moving to my little coffee bar area, you can see I already put out my spooky mugs, but now I'm like trying to debate on whether I want the pumpkin ghost canister or the ghost bowl from Party Barn. Boy, just kidding, canister ghost that won that round. Next, this little coffin shelf thing I got from Sourpuss Clothing. I'm just adding a tiny pumpkin on the shelf. Yes, cute. Now I'm gonna hang up my bats I got from Ross this year. What a nice little touch to the kitchen. You're gonna see that ghost bowl float all around my apartment while decorating. It's kind of funny because he's a ghost and ghosts float. Get it? Okay. So along with that ghost bowl, I ended up putting up this ghost notepad on my fridge, adding some cute little Halloween trick-or-treat sayings on it. Then I'm going to be putting away all the mitts I bought this year into the drawer here where they're easily accessible to the oven. Now let's talk more linens. I'm going to be replacing my bat cloth with 2 options, one being this pumpkin one I got this year, and another option being this black cat one I got last year from Home Goods. I ended up going with the pumpkin one, and I'm sure I'll alternate them all Halloween long. Now to add a little something something to the top of that shelf, I'm adding this trick flour sifter I got this year from Home Goods. Here is how the kitchen turned out, and in case you're wondering, that is 2:20 in the morning. It's so spooky and scary. 2:20 in the morning, isn't it? Moving into my living room, we're going to have a fiddle fest. Does that sound wrong? I don't know. But legit fiddle fest with all the pillows and blankets I have. I had issues with trying to get them to look how I wanted, but I think they turned out okay. So I'm going to start out with the 2 best pillows known to man that I got this year at Home Goods. They are so Dracula fantastic. Then I ended up moving these 2 bat pillows onto the other couch that I have. I feel like there was just too many big pillows and it was just, I don't know, too busy to me. with all those together. So then I ended up putting these 2 red lumbar pillows there instead. I like them much better. Then I've added my haunted pillow that I got this year, and then my little vampire guy in front of the Home Sweet Home coffin pillow. And then as far as blankets go, I added this pumpkin one I got from Home Goods on the love seat, and then the little spooky studio blanket I added on the actual couch. Now I'm going to set out this gigantic candle I ended up getting from Home Goods this year, and I was putting it on the side table, but then I didn't think that looked very good, so I ended up moving it to the coffee table, and I think it looks much better there. It smells great. Halloween spicy goodness in my nose. Here is how the seating area turned out, but we're not done yet because literally the next day after I filmed this part of my video, I ended up getting the pillow I was waiting for from Wax Moon Shop. It is this Tisneer Halloween pillow, and it just adds the nice finishing touch to the love seat. Now turn around to the actual awesome part of my living room, which is the fireplace area. This fireplace area is the area I've been most looking forward to decorating this Halloween time. So first we're going to tackle the shelving area that's to the right of the fireplace. I'm adding these 2 items I got from Michael's this year. One is the ghost and the other one is that trick-or-treat countdown calendar. Moving on to the mantle part of the fireplace, I'm going to be clearing off everything that's currently on top of the mantle to have a fresh start to decorating. So once all those items have been removed, besides the switch for obvious reasons, I'm going to be adding down this mantle scarf. Then I'm adding this, what is it called? Doy garland. I'm adding this garland that I got from Michael's this year. My theming of the mantle ended up being a kind of spooky forest theme where like little woodland creatures come and hide. So that was kind of the vibe I was going for. You'll see me move around all the items on the mantle time and time again. I had no idea where to put things, so it's just, we're in Fiddleland right now. So I thought I liked my ghost neon light I got from Target. I thought I liked it in the center. But it turns out it didn't look very good if you weren't sitting down because the ghost was kind of covered by the TV. So then I just kind of sat it there and I was trying to make it work. So to avoid it, I just started adding other things to the mantle. I added these fairy lights that I got last year from Target, which are pretty cool because they are bat-shaped fairy lights. I didn't really have too much of a game plan going to how I wanted to decorate the mantle, just kind of like what I felt looked good on the mantle. So that's why you see me struggling so much with trying to decorate it and making it look balanced and nice. So back to the ghost situation. I used this little pumpkin to prop it up, but then I didn't like the pumpkin. And so I used like a little tiny candle that you can't really see. I didn't like that either, so then I ended up using this pumpkin that I got from Michael's that you saw earlier in the kitchen, so clearly that wasn't what I ended up doing in there. Now I'm adding these branchy twigs that I found at Michael's this year. I feel like the gap between the TV and the mantle was just too white and barren, so I thought adding these kind of sideways filled in that area nicely and made it look more ominous and spooky, like a scary forest that you don't want to go into. Here's a full shot of what the mantle looked like before I decided to move the ghost, which you'll see in the reveal at nighttime. That's when I'll show you what it ended up looking like. Until then, let's move into the area in front of the fireplace. So I had another one of these spiderweb mantle scarves, so I ended up putting it on the floor in front of the fireplace. Then I added my Martha Stewart tree I got this year from Home Goods, and I'm just kind of trying to fluff the branches out to make it not look like a giant twig. So once I'm happy with how the branchy tree is looking, I decided to add the headless horseman to the other corner to give it some balance. Plus, I like the idea of having a headless horseman running through a spooky branchy forest. The final touch this fireplace mantle area needs is some garland. You'll notice it's a little bit out of order because I actually forgot to grab the garland and then was wondering why this area looks so bare. Otherwise I would have probably added this on earlier before the other decorations, but hey, I got it to work out, so it was all good in the end. So here is what the area to the right of the mantle looks like. I think it turned out so adorable. There's a ton of little spooky touches throughout every single shelf. So there's my little Michael's area. Then below that I have a Scentsy candle warmer and a thrifted witch boot. Then below that I have a pumpkin spice Rubio's empty tea tin, a little ghost candle, and then my tarot cards. And here is what the area looks like at night and what it looks like now that I've fiddled and moved the ghost around for the 5,000th time. I really like where the ghost ended up being on the wall and just the whole vibe. It makes me so happy to look at, especially at night when everything is lit up and there's fresh new batteries inside the fairy lights and inside the little ghost guy. Everything just reflects off of each other so nicely, and it's just so sparkly and beautiful. To the final room of the apartment, the dining room. First, I'm just going to start out with just clearing off the whole entire dining room table. This also includes the cloth. I got this tablecloth last year from Target, so I'm just putting it back on black side up now that it's clean and ready to go. Now I'm going to put on this haunted house table runner that I got this year from HomeGoods, as well as this spider one for extra layering goodness. Now I'm going to go ahead and decorate the table centerpiece. So I have this candelabra I got from a thrift store, as well as these two bowls. One will be holding my napkins, and then the other one will be holding some good old pumpkin Reese's for a good old snack if you eat all your dinner. You know, you got all your dinner before you get your Reese's peanut butter cup. Next, I'm putting down these placemats I got from HomeGoods this year. I'm putting down the white ones with the spiders and spider webs first, and then layering on top of that, I'm putting the black rubber ones. I thought it looked better. It was just too much white otherwise. Now I'm going to be setting the table as if people were actually coming over to eat with me. For my table setup, I'm going to be using these bat side appetizer plates I got from HomeGoods, I believe 2 years ago, and then to go on the main meal, I have these white haunted house-esque inspired plates that I got from HomeGoods 2 years ago. And then lastly, for drinking purposes, I have these World Market cups that have skulls and like what looks like to be a gate that I got 2 years ago from them. Moving on to this IKEA storage cabinet, first I'm just going to clear everything off of it and then give it a good wipe down to make sure everything is nice and clean before setting up all the Halloween items on the top of it. First thing I'm going to put down is this ghost table runner that I got this year from HomeGoods. Then I'm going to be putting all my boyfriend's liquor inside of that cemetery gate holder that I got from Michael's this year. Then I'm going to try and figure out how to hang these pumpkin lights around the cabinet. I thought it would just make it look a little bit better in the dining room to have some lighting in there. However, these Michael lights are pretty awful. I would not recommend them. They're pretty flimsy and not that greatly made, but I got them to hang on the cabinet. Then I'm adding another one of those twiggy bat garlands that I got from Michael's this year, just to add something to the background. And then I couldn't really figure out what to put in the centerpiece, but here is what it ended up looking like in this whole pan overview. Sorry I didn't ever finish filming how I decorated the cabinet back there, but hopefully you get the idea. I think I'm just so done with filming at that point because I had been filming for like 13 hours that day. Anyways, here's how the dining room turned out. I really enjoy how the color scheme is mainly black and white, especially on the dining room table. I think everything looks so good together. I love the little pops of oranges between the napkins, the Reese's, and the pumpkin lights from Michael's. In addition to the pumpkin lights, I actually decided to add something else to hang off the cabinet. I added my bat garland I got from, I believe, TJ Maxx, just to add a little bit more visual interest. Then on top of the cabinet, I told you the little ghost bolt was gonna float around, and he's ended up here. So that's how I decorated the top of the cabinet, and voila, here's what it looks like at night. Ever tried blinking really fast with magnetic lashes? Feels weird. That's it. That's me decorating my apartment. I hope you guys enjoyed decorating along with me, and please feel free to tag me on Instagram. I go by Rachel Mortician as well, or leave a comment down below on how your decorating is going. Are you decorating this year? Are you skipping it just because of the whole 2020 chaos? In the next video, we'll concentrate on decorating my Halloween tree. I still need to put that together and put that up in the living room somewhere, so that'll be coming up real soon. Other than that, I think that'll be all the decorating videos, but we have more Halloween videos all October long. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you all are having a fantastic Spooktober season, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!